Welcome to Junk Journal Mayhem at Studioloo.
Hi everyone, it is our last making day of Junk Journal Mayhem, and we are jumping into bubble wrap today, and I'm going to be jelly printing because I am planning to celebrate this last day with just a really long jelly printing, watching some YouTube kind of afternoon. It is raining and that's what I want to do. So stay tuned tomorrow for the final wrap-up video where I show you everything that we made over this month of mayhem. I would love to know your thoughts. I'd love to know if you learned anything, if you tried anything. Did it make you look differently at anything in terms of whether or not, you know, you'll continue to buy it, or whether or not you'll use something differently. For those of you who have already reached out to me and told me, you know, what you've been thinking about or learning from this whole thing, thank you. I've had a lot of fun with it. It's just been like a really quirky, fun kind of way to spend May. That being said, I'm going to be happy to have like no thing I gotta do every day for a little while. So I am going to use this bubble wrap here to do some jelly printing. You know, the bubble wrap itself, you can use it, and I probably will. I'm not going to throw it away. It's probably going to sit in my jelly printing supplies for a while, but this in itself, you can do a couple different things with it. You can put it in between layers of fabric to make a nice crinkly fun journal cover, or even like a journal card. If you use it under fabric for a journal card, on back use something thick like a folder on the back so that you can still do writing, because it will have a cushiony front, right? So yeah, today I'm also going to be, so years ago now, 2 years ago, I think, from a yard sale, I picked up this big tote of paints for like $1. And they're old paints. They've been hanging around in somebody's life for quite a while. So I'm just trying to kind of use them up as I go. I'm not in a massive rush to use them up, but like I do kind of want to use them because I have already a good amount of paint, but I wanted to get them because I was like, I don't want these to end up somewhere sad that they won't get used. So let's find a color. I'm going to go with this. This is dark gray. And I need to get a roll-off paper, which hopefully I have some here. I do. That'll work. So we'll start with gray. Give that a little shake again. I think it needs another little shake. Yeah, that's better. Hopefully that will be, I might need to put another layer. Yeah, that's pretty see-through. Put a little more. Make sure we get that pigment in there. Shake, shake, shake. I might also just like lift that because it's just not pigmented enough, really. Yeah, that can go. That's actually quite pretty though, to be honest, on its own. There we go. So a couple days with jelly printing. I think I've been wanting to do some jelly printing for so long, and I just haven't had a chance. So I'm spoiling myself with getting to do jelly printing in the end of this challenge. If you sign yourself up for something like this and you're like, oh, it's stressing me out, just, you know what? Change it up to something that like is relaxing to you. Just do that, because we get to do that when we want to. I'm just going to go over this with my brayer. Then we'll lift it on up, set it aside. Now I have to wait for this to dry completely, so I'm going to do that. So now we can put down some more paint on top of this, and I'm going to use this Americana Marigold. Where's my brayer? There it is. Maybe a little bit more. trying to work on not using too much paint. Okay, let's roll this off. Oops. And just use my brayer on the back. I like to use the brayer on the jelly when I'm pressing everything down. It just kind of helps make sure everything gets pressed evenly. So let's check and see. Yeah, we're lifting. Beautiful. So there we go. This is what you get from bubble wrap. So we can try another one. We'll use different colors this time. Maybe I'll go with this dark green. Now, like I said, these paints are old and they're going to need a little love, but I want to try to use them up if I can. Oops, get that crusty bit off there. Now, the thing about using paint like this is you're not going to get like professional good results, right? So you want to kind of keep that in mind if you're like doing an important project. I'm just mucking around. This is mayhem. We're just mucking around today, so we're allowed to use, I'm also using this as kind of an exercise in like, should I just, you know, get rid of this paint? And what I'm going to do for any of the ones that I determine, like probably this one, it's quite lumpy. If it's time to get rid of it, I'm actually going to put it down on canvas and just like smoosh it into canvas so that I can use it for something else. Like I can use the canvas for, you know, a journal cover or something, because color is color, right? Let's not waste pigment. So let's try this one now with the bubble wrap. And it depends if your bubbles are whole or popped, what you're going to end up with. These ones are kind of squished, like you can see they're kind of squished there. The other thing is with the bubble wrap itself, once you pull the paint up, you can lay it down and actually just press it. See, I'll move this out of the way and we'll do that. And then you'll get like the negative kind of, or like the stamp, the block print stamped kind of image of bubble wrap rather than what it leaves behind, right? So this is going to look more like bubble wrap. So that is what you get from bubble wrap. These are kind of the two options. So let me grab the other one and we'll put it back over here. Then I need to pick another color to go in behind it. Maybe this color here, this is eggshell, but it's a gloss. I don't know. I've also got a metallic silver sterling. Maybe we'll try that. But I need to let this dry just a little more. Okay, so I think this is mostly dry. It's not completely dry, but it's a glaze, so it may not get completely dry. But your girl's got work to do. So let's give this a try with this silver on top. I think I probably put a little too much, but we'll see. This may turn out a little wonky, but it's okay. I'm not going to cry about it because we don't need to cry. We made it through all the mayhem. Okay, let's roll this off. And my paper is here. I cut this one a little shorter than the others, so it's going to just cover. I definitely think I might have a little too much paint on this one, but we'll see. I've been doing so well lately with not putting too much paint on. And I've been enjoying such nice prints that just completely lift up beautifully. So I've got to stay on that track. Yeah, this is going to leave a little behind. But that's okay. Look how cool that is. I mean, it doesn't have the bubble wrap on it, really. It's just kind of, you know, the paint. But this is what you get from bubble wrap in its best. I'd say like the best usage of bubble wrap is actually just using the bubble wrap as a printing surface. So to be completely honest, you don't even need a jelly plate, which might be exciting for a lot of you who don't have one. And you're just like, I'm looking for different ways to print and stamp. I may end up doing like a little series about like just, I don't have a jelly plate, but I want to make interesting prints with paint and, you know, a board. I can show you how to do a lot of things like that. I mean, honestly, it's quite elementary. Look for things in your home that have texture, and you can make all sorts of different prints with different things. Even, you know, if you think of childhood, if you never got to do potato block printing, then try that. It's a lot of fun. So I think I'm good with our project for today, and I'm probably just going to play with my paints and my jelly plate for a little while, and I will see you tomorrow for the final wrap up of this this thing. But you know, maybe I should make something. I haven't made anything today. That's kind of a cheat. Give me a moment. Okay, so let's make the piece. I'm not allowed to cheat on the last day, right? Come on. So where's my ruler? Right here. Okay. Just pull this off, and we will glue on this side. I'm going to glue the jelly print down on here. And I'm going to use the first one that we made that sort of kind of has the print, but isn't like as much of a stamp of it as the actual bubble wrap being printed on the paper. Just to show you that, like, even if you don't get what you're hoping for, what you expect, right? Whatever your intention was, like I said, everything is color, you know? Don't discount it because it didn't come out exactly as planned. So let's just trim this. I'm going to trim it backwards here so I can just keep as much of the print as possible. Then I'll look and see at the front what I want to get rid of that isn't printed. There we go. Okay. So now we have this awesome background. And what I was thinking, I want to use this as my focal point. These girls, they're so pretty. And I want to put a couple pieces of lace across this behind them. Two. Okay. Set that aside. And I need to flip my bottle upside down here. And I've got a word snippet here. I just need to get my black soot ink. And so my word snippet says, silences make the real conversations between friends. Not the saying, but the never needing to say is what counts. And that's from a little book called The Heritage Book. And it's this woman who wrote these kind of books throughout the 60s, 70s, 80s, and they're just full of like poems and sentiments. It's almost like an ideal magazine without the pictures and things. It's just writing. And kind of also it's a journal too. Like it's her recording her letters with friends and things. It's kind of nice. I always like reading like things that are, you know, like the documentation of people's lives, like field guides and things like that, just because they're a lot of fun to read, to be honest. Okay, so we'll let that sort of settle while I glue them. I'm just going to use this glue because it's almost getting down to the bottom. And I forgot to pull this part out from between her knees here. There we go. We'll press that here in the center. Love the yellow and gray together of the black and white image. Oh, so yummy. Just really, it's a mirror of the fact that I used gray and yellow on the piece itself. Put that excess off. And put the lid back on this glue. Actually, I'm going to use, this is what happens when you don't cover your glue. This glue loves to ooze its way out and be a troublemaker, but it's okay. We can use it. And yes, I am making a mess for sure. I always put sentiments on the bottom, so today I'm going to do it on the top to be different. Get rid of all this glue. Okay. Okay, so there we go. That is a simple but fun little piece that I think makes a nice use of our bubble wrap jelly print. And I'll just go around the edge a little here with some black soot just to give it an outline so it'll stand up wherever I put it. And that's my piece for today. So thank you for hanging out with me. I will see you for the wrap up tomorrow. Take care and bye for now.